Welcome aboard for another video.
Thanks, Conductor Keith. I guess you might say we're having this discussion around the village water pump. So, this is my Wilesco live steam road traction engine. And I have converted it, as you see in past videos, the tank goes there, to butane burning, which means I can get a 25-minute run depending on conditions. The lubricator, as my friend Dave has pointed out to me, Dave in Scotland, this is the cap for the lubricator. You put some drops, it holds some drops of oil. You have to put some drops in there and turn the flywheel and load essentially a space inside the steam chest with steam oil. Now that's great, and it works fine when you're using the solid fuel tablets or the other, the alcohol burner or whatever, where you get 7, 8, maybe up to 10-minute runs out of it. And in each case, at the end of the fairly short run, you have no oil left. It's completely dry steam. I wanted to be able to use butane in this and have a nice long drive outside, so I added radio control to the steering, radio control to the whistle, and the oil, I needed something more. So the purpose of this video is to show you how I've built myself a lubricator that contains a lot of oil, and I've now had 25-minute runs where there's still oil mixing in with the steam right up to the end, and that is great. I want to have this engine a long time without wearing out the cylinder and the timing valve, etc. If you have an engine like this on butane and you don't want to stop it every 5-10 minutes to put a few more drops of oil in, maybe this kind of idea is for you. Now, this is just one idea I have to enlarge the lubricator, but I hope it inspires you to do something. In the previous video, you saw how I jury-rigged a servo right here with some wire just to test the whistle with radio control, and that worked fine, but it was not a permanent solution, obviously. So just before we get around to the lubricator, I'm going to talk about and show you how I've mounted permanently the servo in this engine, where it is and why. And it really works well. And then we're gonna have a nighttime run. All right, well, I hope you enjoy this video. Here's your whistle. I tried mounting it on the roof, but pushing down, the arm on here wiggles back and forth this way like my finger's doing. So pushing down caused it just to go this way or this way. So mounting it on the roof was not an option. But I mounted it down in there, as you can see, in the back behind Vihan. And it doesn't interfere with Vihan. He's still stuck onto his metal piece down there. The whistle works. Steering wheel doesn't hit him. Vihan can still drive. This piece represented the lubricator. You put a few drops down in there and you forward it a bit, put a few drops more. This used to have an arm on there, right? I cut it off for bolting it onto something. There is the cap for it, goes down in here. And out through the bottom was a pipe. I've removed the pipe and plugged the hole, and there was a drain hole right here. I unscrewed the cap from it, filed everything, and I just soldered the top of the Mammoth lubricator on there. Now, this originally was what's called a dog leg or dog end or dead end or something lubricator, where it just sat above the steam pipes, and slowly steam would twirl up the pipe and oil would twirl down. So by soldering this body onto the original lubricator, it's going to screw in, it's going to be like that with the cap. I'll be able to load it right up, and we're not going to run out of steam oil on my long runs. My soldering is terrible. Things went everywhere. I'm not Steve and Devin. Now, of course, the steam will come twirling up in here, and the oil will come twirling down through there. So this is good. So I've put steam oil in there. It was no problem using this and getting it up in there, but I also have a whole pile of syringes, lots of syringes. I can always pick one with a curve. I got a bunch of them with a curve thing. I can easily load it in there. Now, I am going to turn it a few times, let some of the oil go in to the steam chest. So I just have it lit up here inside to get it going. Well, we have Vian in place. Let us know if we're ready to go, Vian. It's currently 4 degrees Celsius outside. And I thought I'd do a nighttime run. Lubricator's fine. My soldering is holding. There you go, look. Cold. Okay, now I'm in the kitchen. And here we come. In the living room. This locomotive catches the condensate in a open area underneath the chimney. So I've just taken the chimney out and I'm going to suck some water out there to see what happens. That's what I like to see. Oily water. This is the condensate left. So most of the water went out in steam. This is the oily residue left, which means that my lubricator has done its job. That means it's going to keep the cylinder and the timing valve piston from wearing prematurely.
Henry, did you hear they had a nighttime run last night and we didn't know about it? Well, Marge, I did know about it, yes, but I thought it'd be a little too cold to go outside. Oh, yes, you're probably right, You and your rheumatism and all.